I'm Mishka and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode of Our Life Beginnings and Always, we are going to be continuing step 2. If you have not seen the last episode, make sure to go check it out. But before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button and share with your friends so they can find my amazing channel just like you have right now. So yeah, let's get into it and I hope you enjoy. As you were heading out the front door, you paused for a moment. You hadn't seen Cove since he left that morning, and you couldn't help but think about what happened to him. Would it be bad to go over to his house right now or to call him to check in? You stepped out of your house, still stuck in an internal debate with yourself, when a voice caught your attention. Hi, Mina. Who is this? Confused, you looked over to where an unrecognizable woman was waving at you, a friendly smile plastered on her face. You racked your memory for where you might have seen her before, but nothing came to mind. Not your school or from the country club your moms took you to. You had absolutely no idea who the woman was. Girl, go back in the house! Oh my god. The woman crossed the road towards you, and you were a little unsure whether you should stay put or go back into the house and lock the door. Who is this? Is this... Oops, I'm sorry, was that presumptuous? I've heard about you, but you have no idea who I am, do you? No way! Oh my god. It's Cove's mom. Oh my god, wait, what? Wait, what? That's Cove's mom. Right? Yeah, he has her eyes. You shook your head and she removed her sunglasses to reveal sparkly ocean blue eyes. All of a sudden, she seemed a little more familiar. My son lives here too, my ex. This is Cove's mom. Oh god. With a bent smile, she lifted a hand to point at the condo across the street from your own house. She was Cove's mom. Oh my god. You didn't know why you hadn't realized sooner now that you'd gotten a good look at her. She seemed nice. Her attitude was friendly and she seemed like she was genuinely happy to meet you. No matter your thoughts on her, you still felt a little taken aback that she had appeared here so suddenly. Cove mentioned she was coming, but you hadn't gotten the impression it would be the very next day. She extended a hand again, this time for you to take, and you studied the manicured fingers and brightly your face. Ew. And the assortment of bracelets that dangled from her wrist. I'm Kyra Priest, but you can call me Kyra. Kyra. Shake her hand. You reached out and took her hand while she shook yours firmly, grinning wide. I'm Mia, but you already know that. That I do. Cove's mentioned you to me before. It's nice to officially meet you, Mia. Oh my god, wait, what? Why would he say that? Cove talked to you about his mom. He hadn't mentioned how he said things about you to her. Nice to meet you too. She smiled at you fondly, her eyes crinkling at the corners. The sound of a door opening and closing caught both your attentions, and when you turned towards the sound, it was to find Cove exiting his house, his eyes skimming the ground. Considering how tall he had grown, you kind of figured his mom also would have been tall, but she was much more on the short side, for an adult anyway. Cove's height must have come from his father.
My baby.
There you are. I thought you were going to keep me standing out here all day. You tried to catch Cove's eyes as he walked towards you, but his gaze was firmly fixed on the sidewalk. When he finally crossed the road and looked up, he gave you a pitiful look. After the way he acted last night, you knew he must be feeling pretty mixed up about this. You tried to wordlessly express that you understood. Cove and I are heading into town to grab something to eat while the snore is at work. Kyra beamed at Cove and ruffled his hair, which only seemed to upset him more. You assumed the snore she was talking about was Mr. Holden. Hey, you should come with us, Mina. I'd love to get to know you better. Yeah, you should come. There was a pleading tone in his tone that you couldn't miss. Of course, we'll run it by your parents first, responsibility and all that.
Anywho.
It'll give me an excuse to meet them, which I need to do at some point. It's important to be neighborly if I'm gonna be roasting on the street for the time being. Anyways, let's go. Kyra walked ahead towards her house and he hung back with Cove, who crinkled his nose as he watched her.
Sorry.
I'm sorry about her, but I really do want you to come. I don't want it to be just the two of us. Not right now. Why? Like, Cove, just get over it and get along with your parents, please. You leaned in closer and whispered while checking around for anyone who might hear. What happened? Did your dad know you were gone? Cove shook his head and sighed heavily. Dad was so focused on Mom showing up that he didn't even notice. I thought when I heard them on the phone last night that it was something they were planning for the future. This morning Dad said it was supposed to be a surprise, and I guess I was surprised. She's gonna be here all summer. Oh. You were surprised to hear that too. Cove sighed even heavier. I'll go with you if you really want me to. He smiled, his shoulders relaxing a little in relief. Thanks, that'd be cool. The two headed over to where Cove's mom had just knocked on your front door and stood behind her. Mom answered the door after a minute, her eyebrows lifting in surprise at the group she found in front of her. You realized that, like you, she would have no idea that it was Cove's mom who was hanging with you. However, after blinking at the woman a couple times and looking between her and Cove, the realization seemed to strike on her. Hello there, I'm Pamela. I see you've met my kid Mina, and I'm guessing you've already known Code for a little while. Kira laughed, and you and Cove exchanged looks at your parents' weird sense of humor. I'm Kyra Priest, Cove's mom. It's so nice to meet you. A head of purple-brown hair caught your eye as Mom popped up from behind Mom, squeezing herself in beside her. We have company. I was wondering what all the commotion was. She grinned excitedly at Kyra. The two of them introduced themselves and shook hands.
Hello.
Hi, Mina. Cove. Cove smiled at Ma shyly, and she gestured a hand towards the living room. There's no use in hanging around the doorway. Why don't you come in? I'd love to, but I promised to take my son out to eat. I wouldn't want to hold you up with a surprise visit. I understand. You're welcome to stop by any time.
Of course.
I'll take you up on the offer when I can, count on it. Would you mind too much if Mina went with Cove and I? My treat. We won't be driving, just a quick walk down the road. Sure, that sounds nice.
Have fun.
Hope you all have fun. Oop.
Have fun.
You gave your moms a look and they smiled at you fondly. You were happy they were letting you go. You could tell that Cove really needed the support and you were ready to be there for him.
Marvelous.
Marvelous. Expect us back in an hour or two. We look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Your parents waved goodbye to the three of you as you backed up onto the street. There was the sound of your front door closing behind you. I'm pretty positive I saw some restaurants when it was in the taxi, not too far from here. Yeah, there's a lot of them around. The answer was straightforward and the tone was curt. Cove was usually more like her than that. Kira put her hands on her hips and smiled at her son. Well, you sound like the area expert. Do you have any recommendations for a place nearby? Not really. Kira pouted at him a little and turned to you instead. How about you, Mina? Want to put me in the right direction? Sure, I have a couple of favorites. You've been to a lot of places in town. There were a couple that stood out from all the rest. There's a Chinese restaurant that me and my family go to all the time. It's my mom's favorite. There's also a tropical themed place that tries to be fancy of the sort. Both sound like a treat. I'll leave it up to you to pick first since Cove is going through a phase over there. He huffed at her and turned his face away. Let's go to the Chinese restaurant.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mina. Will you show us the way? You know, taking the lead of your little group as Cove and his mom followed behind you. Together, the three of you left the neighborhood behind. The walk was about 15 minutes, and along the way, Kyra asked a lot of questions about the area. Cove was quiet most of the time, so you ended up answering her instead. Kira explained that she lived in a big city, and she loved how peaceful and relaxing everything seemed in Sunset Bird. The restaurant was busy as usual, but luckily you were shown right to a small table. Kira lowered herself into the chair while Cove picked the one diagonal to her, not facing her or to her side. It was awkward. Let's see. To start, what would you like to drink? I'll get an orange soda. Noted. Mina? Soda. Which flavor? Orange, I guess. Sure. Sorry, I'm eating. Ew. Yeah. Sorry. Kira placed the order for your drinks, getting a black hot coffee for herself, and it didn't take long before they were brought to the table and set in front of you. You took a long sip of your drink as you looked around the restaurant. Your small group checked over the menus and you decided to order a usual thing. You had been to this restaurant many times, so you knew what was good and what wasn't already. Kira and Cove didn't need any encouragement for this. They were totally focused on the information in front of them. Soon the meals too were ordered and the menus taken away. You glanced at the table surface, waiting to figure out what to say. Okay, everyone, I'm actually going to end today's episode here. I'm really tired of talking. I'm sorry. And I'm also trying to eat something, but lastly, you're a Gemini. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye!